Yo, welcome to day 79. 79 days, man. That's quite some time. Anyway, sales are going well. One of the deals is moving forward in the sales cycle. Might make $500 of that if they sign the contract. And I also sent in I sent in one of my sales calls to the sales community I'm in. And I got roasted so hard, but it was amazing because I learned so much, so I'm very happy for that. Anyways, it kind of brought me back to the start of this series, because I felt like I did at the start of this series when I was just learning sales, and I felt like I was shit, because I didn't know anything about sales, so I had to learn a lot and go through a lot of pain. But this whole journey, I don't think I could have done it if I didn't lose everything. And you can go back and watch the first video on this channel. Like the first week of this series, I basically cried every night because I missed my ex. But anyways, it all started after I broke up with my ex, my girlfriend at the time. It was a very toxic relationship. It wasn't very positive. I'm very grateful I broke up with her. Then I graduated. And I'm not going to college. Like, that's not me. So, basically, school, the whole system I've had around me, the whole concepts of progression I was used to just completely disappeared overnight. But I knew that, of course, but still, it's always somewhat of a shock after 12 years, right? And then all my friends went other directions, some went out, traveled a little bit, but then are going to university now. Some were in the military, pretty standard. So essentially, no girl, no school, no friends. And on top of that, the video editing business that I had run, basically freelancing, right, that I had run for a while, I realized, I don't like video editing. Or I like films, right, making films, but I don't like being someone's video editor, someone's second-hand man, and just looking at another dude's face all the time and building his brand. Just doesn't sit right with me, right? So I literally had nothing. But in a weird way, and I think this kind of mindset really was what led me out of that place and brought me forward in life. It was that I viewed it as a positive thing. I viewed rock bottom as solid ground. Perfect foundation to build on, because nothing is more solid than rock bottom, right? So from there you can start laying the bricks, laying them properly, and doing what you actually want to do, which is amazing, and it's such a blessing. Like, honestly, if you're in a situation, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say that if you've got all 4 of your limbs blown off by an artillery shell, that you should be grateful that you lost everything. But if you're like me, the middle class, like in Western society, like when you say you lost everything, you mean things that you truly can live without. To clarify, I don't know if it sounds so similar when I say can and can't. But if you're, as I said, in a place where you feel like you lost everything, but obviously you got your health basically intact, and you got your limbs and your parents or whatever, right? Like, that's a positive thing. And if you are able to view it as a positive thing, it will become a positive thing, and it's gonna bring you forward. Because like the first few days, what I did was basically getting my habits in order, making sure I did the habits I wanted to do, like that would bring me towards my goals, like the inputs that would yield the outputs I wanted, because I felt like a blank slate at that point. So it was basically some reading, learning in the direction I wanted to go, learning sales, getting into a sales community and absolutely grinding that. What next? Running, because I wanted to run my marathon, right? Still going to the gym. Yeah, those were pretty much the main things. Like, I'm not gonna say I've done a lot of things, but I haven't done a lot of things this series, but I have done a few things a lot. So I've done a lot of sales, a lot of exercise, right? Because I ran the marathon and then I go back at the gym. And a lot of learning, just general learning. Watching old Sam Ovens videos on YouTube, reading books, whatever. But basically, when you're in that position, you're at rock bottom, you can choose what kind of tower you want to build. You can choose who you want to become. You always can, right? But when you've lost everything, it's a perfect opportunity to start adding the things you truly want in your life. Because the chances are, if you lost something, girlfriend, friend, job, whatever it might be, you're probably not meant to have it anyway. And if you can think about it, there was probably some way it was holding you back. So take that freedom. Because I remember, I don't know if this is an asshole thing to say, if this is very rude of me, but listen, man, I just want to be honest with you. I just want to be raw. Whether that's ugly, I don't care. Like, I felt so relieved after I broke up with my girlfriend. Because I would never have to fight again over the phone. I would never have to go on dates, spend time doing that. I would never have to spend time, spend time cooking with her. I would never have to spend time lounging around, chilling with her, which is all things I did voluntarily, right? But when all of that fat was stripped off from my life, I just looked at all the time I suddenly had and I was like, wow. Like, with all this time on my hands, I can do so much. And I did a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and say I was perfect. I've wasted tons of time during these 79 days. But I've also done quite some things. Like currently, I'm doing sales, right? Which is pretty cool. And was basically from zero that I built that up. And I ran a marathon, which I'm very proud about. And I'm very grateful that I was able to do that. And I would probably never have done this if I didn't go out of my way to burn my life to the ground. So think about that. Maybe you're coming out of high school too, or university, or you lost your job, or you broke up with your girlfriend. You might have lost something, but look at what you gained back. And on top of that, you might feel like you're at rock bottom. But feel the rock bottom with your feet and feel how solid that is. And that's the best foundation you could possibly wish for if you want to build something great. You got a metaphor there in the end. Basically, that's it. That's it for this video. That's it for today. I think that's a super, super powerful belief and mindset to integrate, because you're gonna lose a lot of things throughout your life. So just some food for thought, like most of my videos. And yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. I love you. I believe in you. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.